I guess at some point I had to do this. I was re-equipping the Spore Lacer while leveling Octavia Prime, when I remembered something kind of important. A while ago they kind of released something. Where is it? Did I build the parts for it? I must have. In that case, did I build the gun? Because there was another KitGun came out with it. But I don't know if I have all the parts for it, so we're going to have to go visit anybody where and build a KitGun. Go to build KitGun, go to chamber, and yes, I do have it. I never mastered it because I haven't built a gun with it. It's supposed to be with, well, honestly, I have no idea. That is a secondary. I'm assuming it's supposed to be with that. But I think I'm going to make it a primary. Loader. I did make 2 loaders. That's small loader, high crit chance. Lower crit chance. That increases status. But, well, the magazine's less and it reloads quicker. So obviously we're going to go for this, which does actually look like quite a funky primary. If I'm being honest, does not look bad. Preview gilded, have 28% crit chance, 28% status, 34 base damage. What if I swap this to the other? Oh wow, that is just really bad. Well, more damage. Same crit. Oh, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm not building it as a secondary. I should, but I'm not going to. I probably should also have used this. I'm assuming this is what it's supposed to come with, or supposed to be for, but I used the one of these I had. Plus, I'm building this into a secondary now. Oh, heck yes. The status is rubbish though. What? Nope. We're going to use what we have. And we're going to take a look at it like this. 90 damage. That'll do. Let's see what the this thing actually does, shall we? Because to get the parts for this, you have really parts acquisition is those, so you need to go to browse wares. It's from him, and it has a very weird way of working. Weirdly enough, it shoots tentacles out the end. Obviously, at this point, there is probably tons of people who have already got this thing. Now, this thing is going to take a lot of work. There is also a lot of different arcanes that can be used in this. Choosing one of those, probably a good idea as well, just in case. Yeah, that one. I can honestly say I haven't come across many weapons that will just eat through heavily armoured enemies. Why are you ignoring this one guy right in front of me? Thank you. It seemed to be concentrated on something back there. It doesn't seem very good on the whole hitting multiple enemies at a time. But you can see the tentacles are kind of picking an enemy to hit and concentrating on just that enemy until they are dead. It has a really nice range to it as well. And yes, as always when playing on Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, I am basically running my alternate to stun enemies and my third to buff allies' abilities. And I found a few interesting things out about this, apart from the fact that it shoots tentacles out of the end of it. Well, it's kind of unformatted as you are seeing it, but it is pretty useless against shields. Unshielded enemies, it'll basically devour them. It eats through them, but give it a shield, and it does seem to kind of be a little bit lackluster. But again, there's no multi-shot, there's no... I think I've got one of the crit mods in there, if any. I just literally gilded this and went, right, let's go level this up in my favourite place ever. How do I put this? Well, I can't, because they are killing enemies way too quickly in here. I mean, they're just literally... I started this mission on level 0. This is a minute and a half to go basically what is max rank at this point. This is former number 3. I've put Auger Pact on it. I'm actually just completely amazed at the fact that I can't use this, because they're just killing things. I just walked into the room and they dropped dead. This is overkill. So this thing ended up being really good, and it's me actually taking them out because, well, the others left and got, I think it was 1 new player in. But as you can see, gone. Shields, no longer an issue. Gone. This is a great example of what it was like, basically stock, to what it's like now. Fulmination is a whole different story with this. I don't know what that is going to be like, but this thing, it just got so much better. The problem with the shields, or it taking out enemies with shields, is just gone. It somehow ended up with 2,500 damage. That is... okay, beam-based weapons have this great perk of being just absolutely amazing. This thing, I don't know why I waited so long to build this. It massively just took me by surprise, leveling this thing. It was okay to the point where you guild it. Then obviously you can put a catalyst in it, make it slightly better. 3 former later, as you can see, it says 3. Catastrophically better. And the reason I didn't show the build is more because of how this thing works than anything else. No, I don't think I'm going to retire my Spore Lacer just yet. That's because that has a riven on it that makes it a lot better. This, if I can get a riven for it, I will definitely do so, because this thing is just catastrophically amazing over what I expected from it. Mainly because, well, it kind of shoots these out at the end. By far, possibly one of the weirdest visuals in Warframe. It's a tentacle shooter. You tickle your enemies to death, tickling them with these massive... yeah, from the player perspective, you don't kind of get to see what they look like from a distance. But yeah, it looks amazing from this angle, and then you get a little bit further out, and yes, it has an insanely limited range. Basically not even touching this box, it's about here. And it does limit it massively, but because of this, it seems to just do a lot of damage. I'm guessing it's each one of those tentacles does a certain amount of damage, because the numbers before did not add up to 2,500 damage. So multi-shot on this is kind of a must. So Lethal Torrent may have to find its way on here. I just have Barrel Diffusion for multi-shot on here at the moment. Increasing the multi-shot should increase the amount of tentacles, should mean more damage. But come on, did not expect this thing to do that. Yes, I completely forgot this thing existed. I got round to building it. The Spore Lacer just took me by surprise to such a point that I've been using it since, and then realised, ah yes, I've got these parts, I should probably put them together. And I don't regret it. Oh, look at it. Just, yeah. It does behave kind of weird when you're shooting enemies, but come on, it's magically making tentacles from nothing, because there's nothing in the end of this that they should be growing from. It just kind of creates a portal at the end that the tentacles shoot out of, literally. Again, visually, this thing has amazed me. The fact it does so much damage, and it's taking level... I think the highest I got up to was about 85, 90, and it was still taking them out with ease. Put a riven on this, and you have yourself quite an amazing secondary. There are obviously still better ones, but yeah, multi-shot, more tentacles, more damage. Something I never thought I would ever be seeing in Warframe. Especially since the Spore Lacer, well, it has more crit, it has more status, it does more damage, it has the radial attack that then goes on top of it. I honestly thought this was going to be better. I'm still going to use it simply because, well, I am, more than anything else, but it even says assembled only by Ruud in Fortuna. Whereas this one, what does this say? Nope, that actually says the same thing, even though, well, you've seen it. Ruud had nothing to do with the construction of this, apart from maybe the fact that the barrel of this is something. For the record, this thing can be made better than I have it here, because I just took parts I had, threw them together, and that grip, shall we call it, the haymaker, there's probably a better one. This was just 3 random pieces thrown together, and I'm not regretting it. You've seen that. It does 2,500 damage, and it does it really nicely. I'm going to leave this thing equipped. I'm actually finished leveling this thing up, so Frost, where are you? Let's go play some proper missions. And with that, I think we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.